Back with you here on the Morning Brew, and Amber Hendren is here, our new co-host.
Good
She's
morning.
fitting in very nicely.
Good morning, everybody. They haven't kicked me out yet, so I'm still here.
And I'm Larry Aarons, your host, and it's our Wednesday version of the show. It's great to welcome back a friend of ours. Carlos Contreras is here. He is now listing on his resume author.
Yeah.
Look at
I
you.
Guess, yeah, I guess
That's
that can
no
be one
small
of them.
feat.
Yeah, look at you. You're a musician, an artist, and all of that, and now you're an author.
Yeah, it's kind of surreal, I guess you would say.
Yeah,
it's an interesting experience.
It's called Time Served.
Time Served. Yes,
Great
sir.
title, by the way.
Thank you. It's a play on words in a number of ways. So there's pieces in the book about war veterans and PTSD. There's a part of the book that's about incarcerated populations. And then the totality of the book is kind of my time served in being a public servant and poet for 12 years, and now I have a book. So time served.
I like the title.
So you started writing poetry when you were 10 or how?
Oh, when I was 17, so
17.
yes, ma'am.
Young man. And to
Now,
be
so the whole
accomplished.
thing has gone from book now to one-man show,
That's right, yeah.
starring you.
The one man, yes, sir.
Yes.
It was written in a poetry/prose form, which pretty much, once I started looking at it and the publisher started looking at it, kind of lends itself to a semi-linear story. So then I have friends at Tricklock Theater, and we talked about the possibility of putting it on their stage, and that became a reality. So there's a show this weekend, Friday and Saturday.
Where's your show going to be?
It's at Tricklock Performance Lab, which is on pretty much 2nd and Gold downtown.
That's great.
Friday and Saturday at 8 o'clock.
So we'll be talking to Julie Hendren and Hannah
Very cool.
from
Yeah.
Tricklock later on this week. But there was something about your show that they wanted to produce, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, Hannah and Julie and all those folks have been friends of mine for a long time, and so when I thought it needed to be a show, they were the first go-to people I knew. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people would be frozen with the whole thought of standing out there on stage and just delivering what I deliver, and that's a hard thing to do. But I think you're real comfortable in that role, aren't you?
It's kind of the place I feel most comfortable. You know, it's kind of it's an interesting existence to be. I'm a pretty soft-spoken and quiet person most of the time, unless I'm around a lot of friends. But when it's on stage is when I feel most at home and just most comfortable. So it's a challenge. That's why Tricklock's involved, because they do it every day of their lives and they're good at it. So I'm learning from some of the best in our city as to how to be good at it.
Absolutely. So, okay, why do a show? Because it's something that you're comfortable with. It's a place where you feel most at home.
Yeah, a show is I mean, it's also the book being about incarcerated populations. They speak for themselves all the time when we work with them. I run a program with a co-creator, Deandra Grill, called Just Right. And we work with incarcerated populations every Monday night. So I've experienced what they've had to say for so long that now it's just kind of like translating those stories to the public community, you know, like putting it on a stage where they can't be. So kind of taking their voice, my voice, kind of this lens that nobody sees, this world that nobody sees into, and putting it on a stage for them to see for 2 nights.
That's excellent.
Obviously, you think they have something to say.
Absolutely. They have some of the most creative and beautiful things to say. We just don't have the opportunity to listen. So.
Now, how long is the show? How long are you on stage?
It's about 40 to 45 minutes, depending on where it clocks in.
Monologue the whole time?
Yeah, it moves through poetry and prose. It moves through very performative poetry, which most people in Albuquerque are probably used to seeing me do. Slam poetry or performance poetry. But it has some very narrative, heartfelt prose pieces that are a little bit slower and a little bit more intimate, if you will. So it's different.
How about the book? Where can people get a copy of your book?
The book can be bought at Bookworks. Really cool people in town, lots of cool businesses that support. So Tractor Brewing Company actually carries the book. You can buy it on their online website. Anywhere you see me, I have them, because that's just the way I am. But Bookworks, Tractor Brewing's website, you can order it online at like an Amazon.com.
So we're looking at April 11th and 12th. It's Second and Gold.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's 8 p.m., $10 for show admission,
Yes,
and $25 for the signed book. But
Yeah.
I think we're all here to hear you actually recite some of your words.
Cool. Can I stand up? Is that okay? Or is that going to be
Sure.
weird?
What do you
That's gonna
think?
be Okay. Okay. Throwing people for a loop. Sorry, cameraman. Okay, here I go. You are double-barrel revolver pistols, double-crossed across the heart and breastplate. A thin line, red though it may be, maybe you're all that ever was or will be in hiding. I find myself beside myself. Brushstrokes are all that I am, and so I remind myself that life is art, as you are. A masterpiece, masterfully fooling me into thinking I am foolish and otherwise less confident in the shaky hands that pen these poems. I am long shot lost, no red slippers to bring me home, nothing more than skin, blood, and a bag of bones, scribbled on and let go. Sometimes we just need to let go. Caution loves the wind, so throw it out and let it sing. Do re mi, or scream. It doesn't matter. What matters is discovered when not searching, when forgetting to care a little, for just a little. Surprises present themselves. We need to be reminded that we are special, as you are, as I am. We are all beautiful, double-barreled and four-chambered, lock-loaded and ready realists, spinning and clicking Russian roulette dreamers. We are hammers back, bent fingers.
Yeah.
Right on. Life is a masterpiece, as you are.
Oh, thank you.
love
Yeah,
that.
no, yeah, it's fun, and life should be that way for everybody. You know, like to me, life is just about art, and however that is, like art isn't everything. So I've just been lucky enough to find it in a bunch of places, and then try and take it to places that it doesn't exist.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me about your creative process. When do you like to work? When do you like to write? What's your, is it when the moment moves you, or do you discipline yourself to sit down and?
You know, that's funny. Like, that's been a question for the book, kind of in general. And the book is in two parts, of course. That second half is the show. The first part is collections of poems that were either written along kind of the timeline of the last 12 years, and some of them were written specifically to fit into the context of the book. So for the first half, I did some days sit down and like make a time to write. But really, I mean, I'm busy. I'm a super busy person, so writing kind of finds me wherever it finds me, and then I make time to make it make sense. I think that's important to point out, because like everybody has their own process, and a lot of writers do make time, but sometimes those things in our lives where we like need to make time for never happen. Mm-hmm. And so I just kind of like take writing on a daily basis whenever it comes to me.
Well, Carlos, you have a real engaging style, and you're very compelling. People, you can't stop watching them.
Absolutely. No, you can't take your eyes off of you.
Yeah.
And your words are so powerful and so meaningful.
Thank you.
Carlos Contreras with his new book, Time Served, performances this weekend
Yes, sir.
at the Tricklocks Performance Laboratory downtown. Check it out. Good man.
Brownpapertickets.com.
I'm out April 11th
All
and 12th.
right, we'll be back with more in the Morning Brew in just a sec.